Good morning, everybody. We're back for the podcast. Why do I say all this? Well, I thought that Dance Girl has narcissistic injury. I thought that's why she's so weird about having to meet me in specific ways. And possibly why she's torturing me. Possibly why she's torturing me if it's because I said that I wasn't into orange and black. I also said I have some wonderful new friends today, including my boss. But I didn't mean that in the sense like we're going to go out for drinks or something. I thought I don't need to clarify that. I thought if she's angry at that, just let her be, because that doesn't count. And that's not equivocating either. Like, well, I wore my blue dress that day when I fucked him, so it doesn't matter. So, anyways. So a narcissist will never hurt you because it goes against their self-image. They have to look like the victim. They have to make you look like the perpetrator and themselves look like the victim. And so they will never harm you, but they will harm you for a different reason. They'll harm you as a goal orientation. So they want you to behave in a certain way. They want to steal your money. They want to have sex with you. They'll harm you for those kind of reasons, but they never harm you just for the pleasure of harming you. And when a overt narcissist meets a covert narcissist, the overt narcissist thinks that they've found the best thing they've ever found in their entire life. They have infinite supply. When a covert narcissist is someone who doesn't have the guts to be an overt. And a overt who meets an overt, they'll hate each other and they'll start fighting right away. And a borderline has a secondary sadistic psychopathic personality where they become extremely violent and extremely dangerous. But otherwise, their primary personality, I can't remember what that is. And then a psychopath, all narcissists submit to psychopaths because psychopaths are far more manipulative and ruthless and violent than the narcissist ever is. And the sadist psychopath enjoys harming people just for the sake of harming people. They derive their power and their pleasure from how much they can destroy life. And a psychopath is very scared, actually. They have over-represented anxiety. And I think that, I can't really remember this part, but they actually, contrary to popular opinion, they actually are very scared all the time. And they suffer with immense anxiety. And they can even be defined as people who are hyper anxiety. They have constant and hyper anxiety, and their psychopathy is not a mental illness, but it's a reaction to their constant anxiety. And psychopaths are often very, they act, I forget what the word is, but they act without thinking about their actions. Very impulsive, and it's very backfiring. It's not like they're cold and calculated and extremely cunning and clever, which is what they're known for, like serial killers or psychopaths, and they don't get caught. But they act out of like extreme like temper tantrums, and that actually damages them excessively. And so, so that's the dark triad: the borderlines, the psychopaths, and the narcissists. And these triads are in like surgeons and chief executive officers of of, I don't like officers, like, I don't mean like police. I mean like people like the CEOs of the top 500 Fortune companies, the chief executive, whatever they're called. They're like 5 times more likely to be psychopaths. And so I don't know what Dance Girl's deal is. If she's like, oh, I can only meet you under these really weird circumstances that make you uncomfortable. I don't really know what that is, what that's all about. I don't know why she can't just walk up to me and say hello, or just walk like literally right up to me and I'll say hello to her. Like I don't know why it has to be weird. Like she has to wear a disguise and like stand across the street from me or something. It seems exceptionally maladapted or something. It seems grandiose, like stubborn to the point of mental illness, and which I'm cool with. But I don't want to be scared to talk to her like I'm walking into a trap or something. I want it to be like not something that puts me in danger. And so I'm hoping that we can meet. I mean, I was already kind of thinking today, I don't think she's ever going to meet me. And then I got my hopes up. And then I was like, oh yeah, I think she is actually. And then I started feeling really sad. Like, if she does, she's going to meet me in some fucked up way that's going to be really painful for me. And then I just started feeling really bad and sad. And I thought, what the fuck is up with this? I was having a good day up until this point. What's going on with this? There's something ain't right here. And she's telling me just do it. Like either just kill yourself or just talk to me. I'm like, I used to say this a long time ago. I used to say if someone fucks with your heart, you should tell them to kill themselves. But that was a reaction to being trafficked. Like it's like she's holding on to things I've said in the past to guilt me. I'm like, that's like blackmailing me. I'm not a consistent person. Just because I said something in the past doesn't mean I still believe it. If someone rejects you romantically, I don't think you should tell them to kill themselves. I may have said that in the past. This is probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Because I wasn't talking to Dance Girl when she would be on a date, and then I would be agreeing with her, like placating her, like, yeah, you're right for telling me to kill myself because I didn't go on a date with you. You're right. And now she's like holding it over my head with her infinite memory. I'm just like, do you have moral injury or something? Like, is this true narcissism or do you have moral injury? Because I also have that. We both have it as per the standard definition of it. And so if she's like acting as a transitional narcissist, I'm just like, but it puts a lot of pressure on me to be told just kill myself or just talk to you. Like it's not very loving. Like it's actually like very distressing. But then again, all I can really say is, what can I really promise? Like I can be as friendly as the situation allows me to. And you're the one who you want total control over the situation. You don't want me to have any say in the situation. That I don't get to say where and when we meet. It just has to be random surprise. So however much safety you give me determines how much I can be close to you. And so I can't promise that I'm just going to like move through all of the barriers that you put up. Like if you put up barriers to meet me, then I'm not going to be pushing through barriers that you intentionally put up to test me, because that's sick. And truthfully, I don't even feel you're going to meet me, really. Because with a sign like a Nike hat saying just talk to me, what does that even mean? Of course I would just talk to you. I've already went on dates with you and you didn't even show up. And are you saying that I never wanted to talk to you? Or are you saying that I have to break through all these barriers? But I don't want to have to be scared, you know? It's like, fuck. I'm cool with being scared of being rejected, and like the classic being scared, like a man pursues a woman. But having games played where I have to act like you're not there to see me, and it's just me who's there to see you. It's so bizarre. It's such a power play. Pretend that I'm just there randomly and that you don't even have any invitation to talk to me, and that you're just seeing me from across the street and you got to run over to me and say hi. Oh, I just saw you. You look so beautiful. I just got to be with you. What's your name? I never seen you before. Like, it's just so bizarre. It's like, it's the weird, it's like you're asking me to lie. It's like you're asking me to call you like some other name or something. It feels like a real power trip. Ew. I just searched Dance Girl's name and I found a woman dead with that same name. Who was found in a wooded area. RCMP. That's creepy and weird. I can't tell if it was her name though, because it was written on her bus pass. I couldn't tell if it was T's or L's. That's really, and it's a manslaughter charge. That's creepy and weird. I wonder if that was a threat with that bus pass. Person who killed her was sentenced to 4 years. So I guess they're saying they'll kill me. And they'll do it manslaughter style, so they only get 4 years in prison. And all the comments are saying it's a murder. It's not a manslaughter. That's really creepy. It's probably a setup.
Which means he'll spend 2 years plus a day in a federal penitentiary for killing Amy Watts.
It's a hard pill to swallow for sure, for being 2 years plus a day. But in one sense, I have to thank God that at least justice is being served and he is being held accountable and will be going to a federal prison in maximum security.
The 4-year term was submitted by both Crown and defense in a joint submission. Janice Cody, Amy's mother, was watching the proceedings in court online from Prince Edward Island.
It's tough to know that he killed Amy and he's only getting that, but I guess when you look at the courts and how evidence is presented and
I got a bus
how
pass
this
too
works,
today.
it seems totally unfair, but it is
I don't know
the
how to
justice
pick it up,
system
though.
we're dealing with in Canada.
In August, Ordway pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the death of 27-year-old Amy Watts, who he says he pushed off a 50-foot cliff face into a ravine near Nanaimo City Hall in May 2021. But he told court
He pushed her off a
August he
cliff.
thought there was a railing there and did not check on her. Her body wasn't found for over 3 weeks because he never called for help or told police. Watts had been a popular outreach worker who people on the streets here loved and respected because she had lived experience herself. But then during COVID, she relapsed into drugs, and court heard that she and Ordway had had a divisive relationship and had been arguing about drugs and money before she was killed. Justice
Ew.
Jennifer Powers addressed Ordway.
That's really creepy. Guy pushed her off a cliff. I wonder if I had said anything about cliffs. Well, if it was Watts, she would have had to capitalize the T's. Should find that damn bus pass. Shut up, Stu. Stu, you're very bad, Stu. Shut up, Stu. Stu, you're very bad. Extremely bad, Stu. Really weird. I'll wonder. Yeah, she's written in all caps locks, so it could be T's. That's creepy. Well, I guess it's good at making a YouTube documentation of it. Yeah, this just brought things to a whole new level of creepy. Maybe it means she'll push me in front of a bus. I mean, that's where she was before she gave me this card. That'd be pretty weird. Like, here's some cream pies and my clothes and a card that says I'll push you in front of a bus. That'd be pretty weird. I don't know. I don't know why I wouldn't think that, considering she's threatened to kill me a bunch of times. It's pretty weird and creepy. I don't know what to say. Well, all I can really do is just get sober. So that's what I'm doing. And so we'll either fade out. I mean, she's threatened to kill me a whole bunch of times. So what is one more threat? And at least now, like, does that count as doxing? Like, I don't think that counts as doxing. Like, someone leaves that, like, she leaves it in my yard. I don't think that counts as doxing. But if that's not her name and then I knocked at her door, I'm like, is she here? And they're like, oh, you're that crazy stalker guy. Trying to set me up to kill me or something. She's like, just do it. Just do it. You have to talk to me. And then I talked to her. She's like, I got you now. The most I can say is, well, I saw you at the fuck shack and you said hi to me then and I didn't hear you. Hey, are you that girl who said hi to me at the shack? I was driving to Walmart and I heard you say hi to me. But I was driving away. Was that you? No, there's something. I got that on camera. I mean, I didn't really, it was kind of blurred, but I don't know if it even I don't know if the truth even matters. I heard of a sheriff who killed a judge because he knew he was running a sex ring. Anyway, fucking, Alexa, light off.
Okay.
I have some more food. You know, I would like to believe that Dance Girl's not like evil. You know, that she didn't cream pie me, and that she just she's really loud. Yeah, I would like to believe that she'll come closer next time, and that there'll be a next time. And that she just has moral injury, which is a transitional narcissist acting. Or that she's whatever. I wouldn't care really if she has like some mental disorder or something. As long as she treats me well, which maybe you can't treat someone well if you have that. But like if she's like borderline or narcissist, I don't think she's psychopath. I hope she's not psychopath. But she could be, in which case this bus pass would just be more terrorism. And it's just been terrorism the whole time from the start. I tend to think not. My gut instinct says not. I'm not really too concerned. I'm more just trying to have a good time. But this whole like Nike checkmark thing on the hat today, it was fucked up. I'm realizing she's guilting me from all those years ago. Alexa, light on.
Okay.
I wonder if we could see any marker on the blue part. Alexa, light bright.
Okay.
Doesn't look like it too much. I like looking at her font. It means a lot to me to have this font. I'm feeling it's not wants. Well, that wasn't an intentional doxing, if that's what it was. I think she knows everyone in the town knows anyway. So at this point, I don't even think it's about safety, but more about boundaries, which is safety in another sense. Alexa, light off. Alexa, second light off.
Okay.
I don't think it's Watts. There's kind of a hook on one of those top. I don't want to say the letter, but kind of a hook on it. It looks like a T. Oh, but that's a funny last name considering your personality. So yeah, I'm just hoping that she gave me blue, and I love you in a blue, and that the blue can be, that it'll be better, that it won't be like a talk to me or kill yourself, because that's putting a lot on me. That's saying like that's my fault that I haven't talked to her. That's crazy. That's basically saying she doesn't think she deserves me. That's coercion. I'm like, why would you have to coerce me? I already like you. I don't get it. I saw this black Honda Civic in front of me. I imagined myself like in the perspective of a handler. Like I could ruin the guy's life. I could have him destroyed. I could watch him in his shower. I could see how disgusting he is. I could judge him. I was like, wow, could you imagine having that much power? Someone gives you the finger. You're like, okay, now I'm going to see what you do in your privacy. Now I'm going to watch you sleep. I'm going to see your dating life. I'm going to see all your emails. I'm going to like totally see what a fucking loser you are. I was imagining having that kind of power. And I was like, think of it as like, do you know how creepy that is? Like, it seems cool. Like, I was like, yeah, imagine how powerful that would be. That was so cool. But I was like, think of that, like, if you had to be open about doing that, or if it wasn't sanctioned, like if you didn't have like government permission to do that and you tried to do it just on your own, you would be seen as like a stalker. Like, it wouldn't look cool. It would look actually like extremely predatorial. And it wouldn't be degrading to the person. Like, oh, I watched you sleep. Ha ha ha, you didn't know it. I can do anything I want to. It wouldn't even be degrading to them. It would just be sick. I was like, I don't even want that kind of power. Even if someone pissed me off, I wouldn't want that kind of power over them. But whatever, I don't judge. But it made me want to jack off. Like all the coercion I got today. I was like, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. You might be a little bit more fucked up. You're not going to get as many views if you don't jack off. You're not going to be as good at talking because you're not going to be medicated. You're going to be lame. You're going to be stupid. But just go ahead. I also learned that talking about the abuse that people do to you, it actually makes it worse for you. Which is opposite of what everyone says. Everyone says if someone abuses you, what you're supposed to do is talk about it with as many people as possible. And it gives you venting. Venting gives you therapy. Venting is therapeutic. But there are countless tests and studies that show that when you vent about something, you find a support group and you talk about what your narcissistic, abusive mom does to you, or some asshole who you can't escape at your workplace. When you talk about it, it actually makes you feel more angry and it makes you feel more harmed. And so gray rocking really is the method. And so sometimes I think, yeah, just gray rock. Tell Dance Girl the things you have to tell her. Like, I can't promise that if I'm walking on Kenneth Street and you're on Wilford Street and you're wearing a hood, that I'm going to run over to see if it's you. Like that's too much. Like, if you are only a certain amount of available, I'm only going to be a certain amount of chasing you. I'm not going to chase you in a way that puts me in harm's way. But apparently if Dance Girl's a narcissist, she won't be able to accept that. She'll say, well, I have to make you chase me because that's what my intuition tells me. And I will never do anything other than my intuition tells me. So I would call that instinct, but not intuition. But Sam Vaknin would say intuition. He calls intuition and instinct interchangeable. He also brought up the point that wisdom has nothing to do with intelligence. There are people who have very high IQ, but they don't have any wisdom. Oh, you know what? The blue hat with the Nike check mark could have been... Well, never mind. It could have been to erase the orange one. But I think it started as a blue one in Zares. But maybe that one wasn't even from her. Maybe she was just erasing. Let's hope. I was so happy with my podcast last night. It was so good. I was like completely in the present moment. Right now I'm far gone. I'm like totally fucked up. All I can think of is jacking off. I checked the forums. You know, I'm very agitated right now. I had to have a shower earlier because I was so stressed out. Do you know I lost 7 subscribers in 20 minutes? When I did that podcast yesterday, I lost 7 subscribers. The whole podcast was about how I was trying to get my YouTube metrics up. I've never lost 7 subscribers in an instant before. I asked Google AI. It said, no, it's not anything to do with your video. It's just that YouTube does random sweeps. They get rid of the bot accounts. I was like, well, I've never seen something like that. I know you say it's just random, but if you were to factor in gang stalking, which you don't, I'm not sure Sam Vaknin is a psychologist who teaches at a professor anymore. He might do guest lectures now. But I was thinking, if you're a psychiatrist or a therapist or a psychologist and someone comes with trauma about being gang stalked, well, Sam Vaknin could talk about it. Some people could talk about it. It'd be rare. But I wasn't even thinking of gang stalking. I was thinking of, you say that some event, 2019 was really bad, really malignant, really, or you say that 9/11 was silver molten as aluminum and yellow molten as steel, and it couldn't have had to have been not fuel to make steel melt. Molten steel, all the eyewitness reports say it's yellow melting steel, yellow molten. And what's up with that? Doesn't that mean therapist has to say, no, that's not what it means? And then why do they ship all to China? Why do they ship all of it to China? Why do they pave over the Charlie Kirk thing? That's not what it means. It just fucking, everyone's gag ordered about everything. If you're in a position of authority, do you know their feet? I don't even want to tell you. It's so sick. It should be burned. It's like the war crimes that are going on. It's too much. But I feel good. Kind of. I felt really good today. But then I started worrying. Why did she wear that Nike hat? Maybe to override the orange, but I don't think it was even needed. Anyway, I think I've said about all I can say to her now. And then I'll just see her if I see her, and if not. And then I could start gray rocking the proxies. And that way we can either fade out or get together. I was wondering, the spirit realm was telling me the word don't. I was thinking maybe I shouldn't eat fruit. Or maybe I shouldn't water fast. And of course I wondered, maybe I shouldn't even talk to her. Maybe I should just tell her, don't even talk to me. I don't even want to ever talk to you again. You're too mean. And you're too much telling me coercion. That I feel better when I think you're not going to ever talk to me. And then as soon as you talk to me, it comes with so much coercion and threats of death and violence and me being beneath you and me being an insignificant insect and you being this vastly superior being to me, that it makes me feel dirty and disgusting. And the fact that you don't even get it at all, and that you're proud of it, that you say that's what makes you superior. The fact that you treat me bad is what makes you superior. As evidenced by the fact that I say I'm so affected by it. You say, I treat you bad and it makes you really affected. That's the evidence that what I'm doing is right. Like if you told Donald Trump he's a narcissist, he'd say, well, I won the presidency 2 times. Why would I ever get therapy? Why would I ever change? Because I'm a narcissist, I won the presidency. It's my greatest strength. I would never get rid of this. It's the thing that makes me so great. The fact that I hold myself as better than you and above you, it's the thing that gives me all my power. I would never dream of losing that. You're criticizing it like I'm going to see the fault in it. It's the thing that defines me. It's the thing that I need. It's the thing that controls you and keeps you on a leash. It gives me all my power. It's the source of my power. Why would I ever give that up? I sometimes think, yeah, just don't. You feel bad as soon as you start thinking, okay, now she's not leaving you anymore. You suddenly feel bad, like you were actually doing well when you thought she left you. And then you think, oh, here we go. Now I have to get threatened. Now she's threatening to kill me if I don't talk to her. And she's not even going to talk to me nice. She's going to wear a disguise. She's going to sit across the street and she's going to make me run over and ask, who are you? Is that you? And to prove that I love her and act like she's a stranger. Like some kind of weird humiliation. Part of me was saying, that's the don't. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. You would never tell your kid to do that if you had a kid. And you want to have a kid with someone who does that to you? How would they treat the kid? You'd be doing your kid real dirty by condoning that kind of thing. You'd be giving her your power. That's a very bad spiritual thing to do. You won't get in trouble with the court, but in the cosmic law, to give someone your power who treats you bad, it's very bad. So basically I'm saying, I don't want to be coerced. I don't want more Nike hats. I don't want more Nikes. And I don't want to be riddled. I don't want meeting you to be a riddle where I got to figure out. My nickname for Dance Girl is the Riddler. I don't want you to come as the Riddler. You gotta come as Dance Girl, not as the Riddler. I can't promise I'll even talk to the Riddler. I'll try, but I can't promise that. But if you come as Dance Girl, now if Dance Girl is the Riddler, that would be bad. Well, I tried to watch porn today, but I didn't. So this guy killed his girlfriend. He got 2 years in prison. That's really fucked up. That's so crazy. I want people to know that she was an amazing, strong, courageous, beautiful soul. She did not deserve to hurt or be hurt like this, or to be brutalized in the manner she was. No woman does. Her mom had actually everything in place to get her back into treatment and all that. We had talked about that. Everything was in place, but she never got the chance. Oh, poor girl. She has been brutalized. I know she was forced into a life of human trafficking out here, coming on her last final days. She looks rough. She's beautiful and soft, but you could tell she's rough. I know because you could tell she does hard drugs. I know because I spoke to many people and I made sure to set up a system to get her out of that. I can see a lot in her eyes. She's on the light side. She's innocent eyes. Well, we have more pita left. We can have some. Do you know I found yeast today for like $5 for a big jar of it? I almost got it, and I really like having yeast. I'm pretty good at making bread. Wouldn't mind making donuts at some point. Well, yeah, Dance Girl's pretty cool. I'm not so much disturbed by being threatened and coerced. I'm more so disturbed by feeling that if she makes it feel too unsafe for me to talk to her, that I won't. Or that I won't talk to her in a satisfying way. I would be satisfied, not that this is my plan, but just to say hi to her and hear her say hi back. That just as our first date, that would be satisfying to me. Just literally just to walk by each other and say hi. That would be very satisfying for me. That would be like, I know that sounds like really lame, but considering how low that we are starting, that would be a really good starting point. I don't think there has to be huge expectations. Like, I was thinking, imagine when I went to her house, that if I just walked in her house and I found her bedroom and I just walked in and started making out with her. I literally fantasized about that. Being like, well, you've broken into my house, so now we're even. You know, like, if things were fair, that's what I would do. If you didn't have the army behind you. That'd be a really fine line between love and hate. Well, I think we made it through the day without jacking off. I don't think I'm going to do it. And what's up in your life? What do? Do you play video games? Do you watch YouTube? Do you know what? My mom has some extra eggs, and they just started making Beyond Meat breakfast sausage. That they've always had them, but they're hard to get. Now they have them at Basics. And my mom has extra eggs. She said, you can have these eggs. I'm not going to eat them. I was like, are you serious? I can have breakfast sausage and eggs? That's like the best thing in the world. And Beyond Meat vegan breakfast sausage tastes surprisingly, shockingly real. It's not like vegan cheese. It's like really, really the same. So this is going to be, I don't know how, like, obviously I'll have my eggs over easy. I'll make toast. I'd like to get some English muffins. That would be really good. Have a sausage egg McMuffin. Those are the best. Hash brown, sausage egg McMuffin, orange juice. If I wasn't vegan, I'd stay up till 5 in the morning and then I'd go to McDonald's right at 5 in the morning. I get a combo. But just think about that, dance girl. Think about, just walk by me and just say hi. Just think about that as a first date. You know, or a bench. There's lots of benches I go by on when I go for walks. But it doesn't have to be like one, on the first date we get everything right. It could just be a small step. Don't put too much pressure on yourself or on me. Do you even trust that I want to talk to you? You seem to be acting like you want to make sure that it can always look like you didn't actually want to talk to me. And that's not my responsibility, because you're the one who's meeting me with my being blind, not knowing where you're coming from, when you're going to be there, how you're going to be there. And then you're acting like you don't even like me, so you can spare yourself ever being rejected. Do you think that I would reject you? You must. Why? There's only two possibilities. Because you're not that hot. I'm not saying you're not that hot. I'm saying because you think you're not that hot. Or because you feel really guilty for what you've done in the past. Or maybe some other thing like, I don't know. You have narcissism. So you think that you're bad, but then you pretend you're really good. Which would mean like you got like severely abused as a kid. It could just be your parents were absent, or they coddled you or spoiled you or gave you a very conditional love, that everything had to be just right, or else you got all your love taken away. I don't know. It could just be that you're young too. I posted some pictures today when I was a teenager. I was driving. I was probably like 12. And then I was a good driver. And then when I was like maybe 15 or 16, I caught a bass. It was really big on Lake Kagawang. I felt bad posting it. I don't like fishing. Back then I did. You'd get so excited when you catch a big bass. It was so bizarre. Really, a perch is better than a bass. And some guys, they'd go out fishing, they would catch like 100 fish. How do you guys do that? We'd go out, we might get 10 or 15. I always felt really bad putting them in the basket. Poor fish. You say, well, it's nature. No, it's not. It's nature for a lion to eat a gazelle. It's not nature for you to do it. You doing it doesn't feel good. A lion doesn't care. A bear doesn't. A bear will eat you alive. It doesn't have human emotions. For a human to do it, you don't like doing it. It's not natural for you to do it. So my mom was like, you should go back to the biking center soon, because you're like really sad and depressed, and when you feel like that, you're supposed to get out of the house. Like, you're supposed to basically surround yourself with people. You don't want to isolate. Basically, if you isolate, it leads to really bad problems. It leads to suicide. You know what my favorite video game is? It's called Call of Juarez. Like Jaurez. Juarez. It's a Western first-person shooter video game. Animated kind of like Borderlands. But it's better. I have Borderlands 3. I can't even be bothered to play it. I played it for like 0 seconds before I was never again. After Call of Juarez, nothing. Call of Juarez is so good. I got it for like $2. But there's some that are bad. You know, there's like one in the franchise that's bad. But the majority are good. I got the best one, I think. I forget what one it was. There's a whole bunch of them. I feel like getting high. But do I think that Dance Girl has to talk to me in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable for no other reason than that makes me feel uncomfortable? That she wouldn't just walk right up to me, like walk by me on the sidewalk, so that I have the excuse to say hi to her? Do I think she's doing it distinctly just to bother me? Just to cause me pain? As a narcissist who wants me to feel pain so that I pedestalize her? Yeah, kind of. I kind of think that's literally exactly what it is. Well, we might listen to some more Osho. I gotta meditate. Get my energy moving up. It's been a while since I've told Dance Girl I love her. She may have told me today that she loves me. Maybe the Asian wearing blue. She had a blue bag with her too. Maybe the Nike hat was saying it wasn't from her. That would be nice. I'd say I love her then too. Conditional, if that's what it is. The blue hat was saying that Nike wasn't from me. I never gave you Nike. Hence the blue bag. Blue bag is not superfluous. The bike lock is saying I didn't do that. The blue bag is saying I'll meet you. The 3 red cars are saying I love you. Well, if that's the case, then I would tell her that's really great. And good. I'm sorry for thinking otherwise. I thought you were acting otherwise. Sometimes the world is so unreal. There are real people, though. Anyone who's a leader is a criminal. Criminals who aren't successful are leaders. No, leaders who aren't successful are criminals. A criminal is a failed leader. That's what Osho says. Oh, well, you know, I should probably eat my fucking bait over here. I can't believe you're still watching this. This is truly a candid life experience. I can't imagine anyone would like me. Although maybe I'm pretty hot. My double chin though. Pulled a bunch of muscles. I worked out too hard. Keep gyrating my hips. I can't stop shaking around. It's masturbatory. Shaking your foot is masturbatory. It's too much. You have to stay still. See, where is the energy going? You're diffusing it by shaking your foot. Just stay still, follow the energy. Where is it going? I follow it out, I follow it in. And then the only rule is don't lose track. And don't name it. And that brings it up to your mind. And that makes it not tangible. You want it to be tangible. Wherever it goes. I think that's how you find your center. Under your sternum. Anyway, good night. I want to eat that pita. I want to wake up. It's hard when you scratch your balls and you gotta get just the right spot. It's like a needle in a haystack. When you scratch one place, you think, oh, it's way over there. You know, that would be beautiful if Dance Girl gave me that high quality blue. Even if she gave me a red. His name is Frog. You know what I said? That Evgenisko wasn't as hot as you. You didn't care. She said sorry for all the bullets. You mean sorry for not being a Giat? That's fine.